Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time. It's a full one today. I'm not pretending. It's a real one. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm sure all your tokens of love and admiration will be arriving in the post. Okay, I understand. What's in the news? I don't know. Oh, it's war, isn't it? It's war in Ukraine. Putin, he's gone. We've got a couple of days left before, but we don't want to talk about that. This is a good one. You thought TikTokers couldn't get even more irritating, but they did. They managed to up it. For we now have, thanks to the Daily Mail website, where would we be without the Daily Mail website? We now have the TikTok migrants. Yes, there we have it. Tunisian influencers film their illegal immigration to Europe on a packed dinghy and illustrate their journey to Europe. Oh God, why are we so stupid? How have we come to this? Broadcasting to 140,000 followers on TikTok. You know, going to the Eiffel Tower and spending sprees. We should just ban social media. Except coffee time. Coffee time should be mandatory for everyone. Oh man, now this is the state of the world we're in. This is the story of. It comes from the Isle of Wight. It's a school story. And it's the story of Sally and Nigel Rowe's son. He goes to a Church of England school on the Isle of Wight. And he's 6 years old. 6 years old. But he's fallen foul, apparently. He's fallen foul of school authorities. Because, in fact, it's quite an old story. Reading it, it's quite an old story. But anyway. He's fallen foul of the school authorities because as a 6-year-old he's now considered transphobic because he confused a boy who was wearing a dress, because that's what happens now, you know. See, you can do that. Let's see. Church of England school warns 6-year-old boys, Christian parents, that he could be considered transphobic after he's confused by a boy wearing a dress. Yeah, it's all stupid, isn't it, really? 6-year-old kid, come on, that'd be stupid. There's no such thing as transphobia, is there? It's all a nonsense. Meanwhile, as I said, we mentioned Russia, our mate Vladimir Putin. Oh God, Russian TV have started showing propaganda claiming that many thousands of civilians have been tortured and killed in Ukraine, and they're really ramping it up. And this all comes about because Putin's scared of the encroachment of NATO and the EU into the east. And in a way, he's right, because the EU has this expansionist policy. Because the more people they have on board, the more money gets sloshed around in their coffers, and the whole freedom of movement project gets more free or cheap labour. But then you've also got to look at the people in Ukraine. They want to modernise. They want to be westernised. They want to move away from the Soviet era. So there's this real. I find it it's a real problematic issue, But yeah, Putin's just crazy. But he's threatening to attack any US ships that go into Russian waters, and it's just not looking good. And the war threat in Europe is the highest in 70 years, says UK Defence Minister James Heappey. And Biden woke up from a nap and told Ukrainian president that the US would respond swiftly and decisively if Russia invades. So it's. But this is my hero. This is Valentina. They've always got these big names. Valentina Konstantinovska. She's 79, right? And I tell you, I wouldn't get on the wrong side of Valentina because she's a Ukraine pensioner and she's ready for those Ruskies. She's ready for them. Look, there she is. She's training. She's been trained in basic combat for civilians by Special Forces Unit of Ukraine's National Guard in Mariupol in the Donetsk region in eastern Ukraine. There you go. You want Valentina on your side. I just love the idea of the Russian army running in and there's just a load of old grandpas and grandmas opening fire at them. It's not good. It's not a good image, but, I don't think the Ukrainians are going to take this line down this time. I think, right, and again, rightly so, they have every right to be autonomous. Right, have we got any funnies? Mind you, you had the Super Bowl, and it was a big Super Bowl show. You had all the rappy people were there. There was Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was there. Look, we can do a little bit of it there. Look, there they are. They're doing their thing. There's Snoopy, and it was a big rap thing. But it shows you even the rappers again. Remember when rappers were young? They had a combined age of 286 and made... then they've got a combined fortune of $983 million. There you go. So they're rich and old, which is not bad, is it? But yeah, I thought it was all the old rockers that got old. Now it's the old rappers too. Rappers don't get old; they just do the Super Bowl show instead. Have we got any good stories? What did I put in the file? Meanwhile, in Beijing. Has anyone been following the Winter Olympics? No, neither am I. There's been a real problem in Beijing. The events have been disrupted. Why? Why is that? Because it started snowing. Look, there it is. Look, there's the snow. Wow, it started snowing at the Beijing Winter Olympics, and of course, because there's been like fake snow and everything. And all they weren't ready. They weren't prepared for the real snow, the real stuff. Oops, that didn't go too good then. Meanwhile, this is good. This is the story of Gareth Hughes of Hebden Bridge, West Yorkshire. He took to Twitter the other day because Northern Power Grid, they're an energy provider. Again, we're in a position where the energy company is about to hit us, but Mr. Hughes, he got this cheque sent to him, and it's for trillions and trillions of quid. It's a refund. Can you imagine taking that to the bank? Of course, it was obviously a foolish error, but I'd love to have taken that to the bank just to cash it, just to have the money in the account for a day. But yeah. Meanwhile, in school news, this is the story of Leicestershire Police. So it's crime news as well. They were doing a little show. They were doing a workshop. A sensory workshop for school children at Leicester School. And they took some of the trainee sniffer dogs in to see the children, which is nice. And so, again, they do the thing. The kids get to see the dogs. The dogs do some training events. And then, but whilst they're doing the training, one of the trainee sniffer pups, he starts going to the far wall at the school. He just was obsessed by the far wall. He was like trying to get him away. But when they investigated, they went to a unit next door. They found a massive cannabis farm worth 1.3 million quid at a factory in the next unit to the school. So that was really good. What a great dog! He earned a promotion, I believe, and they got three lovely looking chaps. You know, they look at every part. The drug dealer. There you go. They love their mums. Yeah, sniffer dogs. They're great, aren't they? Do you want more crime news? Should we do this is okay. This is one. This is the story of Jose Manuel Guzman. He's been held on $1 million bond because he lives in El Paso, and I guess you could say it was a crime of passion. He was very upset because his lover, he discovered his lover was double dating, was double timing him. So he found out. He found out where she was and who she was with, and he beat her to death with a well, according to this, a sex toy and a baseball bat. They call it massage instrument, but we know it's a sex toy. He beat her to death with a dildo and a baseball bat. And let's bring up his mugshot. Here he is. He's a charming looking fella. So yeah, I mean, crime of passion. But the real kicker is, his victim turned out to be his own sister. Yep, he was having an incestuous affair with his own sister, got jealous and beat her to death with a dildo and a baseball bat. And I wonder why these get limited ads. I don't know. But today we're going to finish on the Caret story. Yeah? We're going to finish on the Caret story because this is a very sad story. This is the story of, well, he's an anonymous man. This was in the province of Segovia in Spain, an agricultural warehouse in Segovia, Castilla and Leon in Spain. And the emergency service were called out at 3 a.m. because whilst working at this agricultural warehouse, he was crushed by a consignment of carrots. Yeah, man killed by carrots. We got there. Man killed by carrots. Those weren't the carrots involved. That was that was just a stock image of carrots. But yeah, it was a freak accident. He got buried under a landslide of carrots. Oh dear. I obviously didn't see him coming because he hadn't eaten his carrots. Again, in the UK we have this thing about carrots. If you eat carrots, you can see in the dark. Improves your vision. There you go. And that was today's coffee time. Let's see if there's anybody in. Oh, there is. We've got some people in. Bruce is in. He says, morning. Paul's in. He said, good morning, Dan. I had a good weekend. Let's have the coffee on. Exactly. The coffee is on. It was all right. It was the weekend, wasn't it? I lost again. I came last at ball game Saturday. Risk. I got completely decimated. Herb was the victor. So that was he did well on the old Risk. We don't play that one too often, but I got absolutely decimated. I'm having a very bad run of this year's ball game Saturdays. Jay's in. He says good morning. Daniel says good morning too. So is Andrew. Andrew's here. He says it's very worrying what's happening with Putin. Don't worry, Andrew, because your record. Hopefully, I'm waiting for the postman to come and collect your record. It'll be in the post today, so you can listen to it as the world goes up in flames. Andrew, he supports me on eBay when I sell stuff. Daniel says, what's the world come to when you expect 6-year-olds to have a complete grasp of new ideologies of gender and sexuality? Even I don't understand it. Best not to. Just ignore it. It'll go away. It's all a fad. Everything's a fad. Remember, sex is real. Gender's made up. If we can all define what I am, then I'm the King of England. All right? Danny says, wrong kind of snow, couldn't make it up. Exactly. Winter Olympics, you'd thought they'd be going, bring it on. Daniel says, to be fair, a lot of people were surprised when there was sun at the Glasgow Commonwealth Games. What's that orange ball of fire in the sky, said the pasty-faced Scots. Pass me another buckfast. Payne says, a quick hello. Hello. Was that quick enough or was it too quick? I don't know. Danny says, or the right kind of snow mixed with the wrong kind of snow, creating confused snow. Again, if they're using artificial snow, I guess real snow and artificial snow doesn't mix, does it? Danny also says, looks like a bit of a bat. A bit of the bat judged by the size mush. Yeah. And Payne says, the Caret story was more than 24 karat gold. Indeed. And that's what we're here for. And I look forward to being demonetised, limited acts. Though I'm going to do a video about the deplatforming of my son by YouTube later. I might do that because what's happened to my son's YouTube channel has been frankly disgraceful. And you can see that they do deplatform and they do suppress videos and channels. It's quite obvious. I can show you the evidence of it. I have the evidence via the statistics. And I'll have to do that in a separate video. Or maybe I'll do it as part of coffee time. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to try and finish this. I've got to keep my ear out for the postman because I'm expecting the post to be 1, delivered, and 2, to be collected. And drink it up. Hope you had fun.